let's say, doesn't have a background to any of these sectorial MBA. For example, a plain BCom guy, for example.
Right.
A fresher BCom or a BMS guy, okay, and doesn't have any background with regards to analytics or media or healthcare for that matter, okay. So, how should a fresher take a decision with regards to going to these sectorial MBAs?
Okay, so when they're looking at, let's say a fresher, a BCom or a BA who's plain, as in just gone to college, got decent grades and has got a decent percentile, which is about 80 or so, how should they make a decision? So number one is, what are their strengths? They can certainly enlist that. So are they people who are looking at, they like playing with numbers? Are they the kind who are, can do analysis work? Are they when I say creative, I would say marketing, digital marketing. Is that a kind of field that they are, let's say customer sensing or, understanding consumer behavior? If that is something that they enjoy, first let them enlist what is it that they are good at or that they like. And second thing is, look at the kind of roles that these programs offer when eventually you are placed, and the curriculum. So let's say, you are a BCom student and you want to take up finance for that matter. You may mark PGDM core. What if you don't get into that, or, you want to look at other options? So if you're, a person who likes number crunching or who is not afraid of technology, then I will recommend that you should also mark e-business and research and business analytics. Okay. But let us say you like, I want to give an example here. This year I spoke to a bunch of students who are in the healthcare program. Okay. And interestingly, a couple of them had work experience also. So apart from the PGDM core, they had marked 2 more programs. One is healthcare, and guess what the other was? It was retail.
Okay. Okay.
And I was curious to know what made them mark retail. So the answer to that was, they said, while in healthcare, I also want to be in the marketing side, and I like consumer behavior, and I like engaging with people, and I want to, play a role in an organization that involves that. So if not healthcare segment, then the other segment, which I think will help, my aspirations, is the retail management program. Okay. And some of them made the choice of this program when they had multiple, like the first thing, which they said, okay, they got offers from 2, 3. When they looked at Wellington, they said the ROI was the decision-making factor. Yeah. So I think you look at what your aspiration is. So if you are somebody who is interested in marketing, consumer-facing roles, understanding behavioral, aspects of consumers, I would say whether it is e-business, whether it is retail, whether it is media and entertainment, you will get and even business design, you will get an option to do that in a big way. Okay. So look at the kind of roles that the program prepares you for. So you can make a choice according to that.
Yes. So coming to the point, okay, because we will discuss about healthcare, okay, and retail and all that. So analytics, okay, and at the same time, okay, we see media and entertainment, okay, because these 2 courses, okay, are again considered to be having a particular niche for it, okay. So you mentioned about the creative field, okay, people probably towards the media and all that, okay. But let's say someone who has done any internship, okay, with regards to analytics, okay, or rather is looking for something with regards to placements wise, okay, that, okay, if I want to get into only a media company, okay. So is it that, okay, when someone applies to a healthcare or a rural or any of these sectorial MBAs, is it that he or she is going to get placements only in that particular sector? Is it so? Because many times people have that block in their mind.
No, it's not. So that is what I was referring to as umbrella placements either. So if, let's say, you get into the media and entertainment program, okay. So this year there was the Adani group, which came in and recruited from the media and entertainment program also. Okay. Then there was a Hamilton Housewares, which came and recruited from the program for product and brand management. Okay. So, and there is an HDFC Bank which came and they recruited for consumer facing roles. Okay. There was also V Phoenix, which is again it's a healthcare company, but they were looking at customer success as a role. And that was more of a strategy role. So they did pick students from media and entertainment, because the media entertainment program also prepares the students on understanding consumers, how to reach them, how to connect with them. So if the role has that requirement, they have picked students from media and entertainment. So none of these companies are the typical, they are not the Z, they are not the Netflixes. This is what we call umbrella placement. So if the role is open,
I think that's a good point. These examples that you're giving, because many times people have this thing, that no, I don't want to work in rural segment. I don't want to work in let's say a media company. So that is not the case.
True. So quickly, if I just read out some of the companies which have come for rural, again, we had the Adani Group, a student is also placed there. There was a Landmark company which does international placements. One of the students from the rural management program has got placed there. There is Nayara Energy, there is Reliance Retail, there is Schindler, which gave a PPO. It's like, the banks are, of course, recruiting from the rural management program. We recently had a conclave of students from the rural management program first batch onwards. And somebody turned around and said, look, one of the leading banks has opened, which is in the news, HDFC Bank has opened 450 branches in rural India. Who do you think is going to make sure that this segment works correctly? People who have understanding of how rural markets work and have understanding of how the banking and finance sector works. So there is an opportunity for them. So they should not look at it as a limiting factor. In fact, I would say it's a plus.
Definitely, because I think one more way to look at it, from a competition perspective is also this, that many times people who go for, let's say, only the core program, and their chances of selection, increases when they're applying to many other courses. And a lot of colleges, like even IIMs, are coming up with those sectorial MBAs, and all that.
Yes. In fact, that itself should be a great indication. Thanks for bringing that up, either. Whether you look at the IIM Ahmedabad, which has a program in agribusiness management, or some of the newer IIMs and also the leading business schools, they are having programs in healthcare, they are having programs in media, they are having programs in retail. What this is very indicative of is that industry is wanting people in these, in this particular sector. Otherwise, I don't think some of these leading business schools will really, feel the need to cater to this particular segment. So I think that can be a great indicator for the students.
And this also gives a good hope, for the students, because many times people, after calculating their CAT scores, they feel that, my score is very less, and this, that. And particularly now that CAT is only a 2-hour exam, that even more reduces the number of questions to be attempted. So at this point of time, even a 80 percentile can give them opportunities up to 12 lakhs, and all of that, which is definitely a great option.
Yeah, absolutely. And see, this I'm telling you an average figure. Let's say, in Wellinger, we have about 8 PGDM programs. So when I say average, or even when I say median, etc., it comes to about 300 and odd students, 350 odd students. So if you can get, if the 300th student can get somewhere close to 12-13 lakhs, then I think that's pretty good. I mean, it's not it's something that you can be hopeful of. And so they should not fret. So if you have got 80 percentile and above, it might be a good idea to look at different options. Keep a couple of, nobody stops anyone from going for the PGDM core, but look at the other options and see if you can make make a good use of the opportunity that you're getting today, because I think the next 2 years, there will be a lot of market changes is what is being predicted. Might as well use this time to invest in developing yourself and then get out into the marketplace.